Now, just a little warning before we begin that there will be some spoilers in this video for the 4th episode of Moon Knight, the episode called The Tomb. So if you have not seen it yet and you don't want anything ruined, it is a really good time to click away.
Oh, I had an intro in mind for this one. It was going to be like, now, welcome back, Moon Squires. We're on to...
See, that's why you don't do the intros. There's a reason why I do them. All right, let's get to our review. What did you think of this episode of Moon Knight?
I like that we're getting background. Like, we're finally, really delving into Mark Steven. Markman.
Markman? Is that
Markman.
what?
Mark Steven. Markman.
No. That doesn't even... There's an extra
Steve
M in
Ark?
there.
Steve Ark?
No. Let's just call him Moon Knight.
Well, he's not Moon Knight anymore.
Not anymore, yeah. Not this week, anyway.
I like that Mark is ticked with Steven because he likes Lila.
Well, we have, that odd love triangle, which we kind of talked about last review. It's apparently happening. I mean,
it's great. I love that, though.
Do you?
Funny.
It's strange, because, I mean, is it cheating if it's just your other personality?
Yes.
But it's the same...
It's like a different person.
Kinda.
It's not like they came to some sort of weird agreement. They just...
Whoa,
no,
why is it going to be a weird agreement?
Because it's going to be rough in the first place. It's two people. I mean, what happens if they swap in the middle?
Oh, goodness God. Middle of what? Why don't you go into detail? Okay.
Kissing.
All right, of course. I'm sure that is what you were referring. Anyway, talking a little bit about the episode, I thought it was a little slow. A little slow this episode.
I mean, we have to get facts out there before we start getting to the exciting impact, rough and tumble fight stuff with Glass Shoe.
For me, it has that kind of that episode 4 lull. I've noticed a lot of these series that go like 6 episodes. They have that episode 4 and 5 where you're kind of you're past the initial, that phase 2 or the second act kind of lull to a film where you're right before the finale and you're kind of past that initial point.
It's your exposition phase.
Yep, and that kind of that pushing you over to the edge to get to the finale, and here we are kind of just running in place. It felt like a little bit to me in this one.
Steven telling Layla about Mark's secret on trying to protect her from Khonshu. Then Harrow telling Layla a secret.
Yeah.
But I like the sneaky, manipulative way he did it. He's like, oh, I've seen into his head. He was there. And she's like, he killed him? You said it.
Objection, you're leading the witness.
Exactly. He never lies and says, oh, yeah, he killed him. He just says, oh, yeah, he was there.
Well, yeah, he was on planet Earth at the same time, so he's involved. I mean, what does being there even mean?
Well, and he actually was killed for trying to protect her father.
Yeah, which is...
That's when Khonshu saved him.
Yeah.
Cute little bird head. I'm sorry. I think Khonshu's done. I like how he's done. He looks really good in the series.
I agree.
We didn't even see him in this episode, and I still think I'm like, oh, Khonshu.
No, he's tucked away for this episode.
Sad. They did find Ahmet.
They did.
And they made this episode quite frightening in the middle.
Well, a little more horror aspect, that the weird creature.
They were the guards.
Yeah, I know, but I mean...
The protectors of the tomb.
Yeah, but it is a weird-looking kind of horror creature right there.
I liked
very dark this episode was, too. I mean, visually dark.
They're literally turning those people into mummies after they catch them.
Yeah, but... Yeah, that was pretty gruesome. I mean, I guess this is where they said they were going to go a little above and beyond with this series. Maybe they were referring to this. Well, sure. I'm still thinking this isn't quite as dark and as gritty and, whatever as I thought it might be. Not that it's bad, but I could have saw them going a little further with it, but,
You wanted to see the whole mummification process.
Yeah, I wanted the whole process. I wanted, to see the innards pulled out and the heart put in the jar and the whole deal.
You would.
No, I'm just kidding. I don't usually like that. I'm not a gore guy. I'm not a horror movie guy either, actually.
No, you're not, because you say they don't scare you.
They don't scare me at all, because my brain just says
horror
this is a movie.
Horror movies have evolved, though. Sometimes,
but
sometimes even though they're meant to be scary, the plots are really good.
Sometimes the plots are good. There's a few horror movies where the plot actually is put before the just kind of the scare factor and all that, and I can appreciate that. I don't know what it is with me, but I watch them, and like I said, there's that logical part of my brain that says, it's just a movie. It doesn't scare me because it's just I can see the the cameraman and the actors, and I can see that this is being filmed somewhere, and it's just like, well, this shouldn't scare me.
Speaking of cameramen, apparently last week's episode had its own Admiral Blue Jeans.
Yes.
An article somewhere found it, and I think I've got the picture. Should be up on the screen for everybody.
Yes. Another Admiral Blue Jean. Maybe
That's
it's
what
the
you get
same.
for
Would it
doing
be great if it's the same guy somehow?
Oh my gosh, he'd be fired.
He's now
you know what?
canon in the MCU and Star Wars. What a champ. What a king.
This is what happens when you play shaky cam.
That's right.
You play shaky cam game, you get caught. But no, I really thought the scene at the end, I mean, it was only like for, 10 minutes at most? The mental hospital?
Which is all in his head, which we kind of
Very
predicted
clearly.
last week, that it would just kind of be a mental...
But how much of it is true? Like, does Stephen Grant's personality come from... I liked how you even called it out, they changed the aspect ratio to kind of show us that he was watching an old movie. Is that really where Stephen comes from?
Could be.
It really could be. It's very interesting. It could be some old movie he liked to watch, and
Well, there was
Steven comes from.
apparently another personality trap there, too, that they ignored.
It's Jake.
Yeah, well, I'm just saying, we had the other sarcophagus or tomb that was
Ultra
shaking, yeah.
And they both looked at it like, oh yeah, we're not letting whatever that is out.
What is that?
They both seemed to realize it was another person, and they
Yeah.
probably were like, yeah, nah.
Nah, you can stay in
No,
there.
that guy can stay where he's at right now. No, but it was really cool to actually see Steven and Jake side by side.
That was cool, yeah.
It was interesting how they thought of Layla in their heads.
Because I've said before, like, Oscar Isaac has done a phenomenal job in this series, and it was cool to... I mean, he really makes the two characters feel completely different. Not just different personalities, but, like, these are different characters. And
It's
so when they
talent.
met, it was kind of really cool. It was...
Like that show Orphan Black, how she plays like 9 versions of
Phenomenal,
herself,
yeah.
and my goodness, she's amazing.
Yeah, she sells each different personality, or actually different characters, not personalities in that. They're different
each a
people.
different version of her, yeah.
Yeah, so, but no, I can't think of her name right now, but fantastic job too. And it's always impressive. I mean, that's acting skill, when you can convince people, you are, even in the same show, that you are like an entirely different person, so.
Like, he altered his mannerisms.
Yeah.
Not just his way of speaking, his way of standing, everything
Yeah,
about
his posture
him was
is-
very
exactly.
different. You could tell.
Yeah,
It was very nice.
You can tell the confidence, everything about them. I mean, they come across as just completely different people.
But I still think Mark is going to still be the original personality. The other
Yeah.
ones didn't come up till later, when his mind became more fractured.
Yeah.
What did you think about our hippo?
It
Ta'aret?
was,
I believe her name is pronounced Ta'aret.
I like that as soon as it was over, we're both like, who is that? Let's look it up. And we're like, look up, like Egyptian hippo god. And that was like, you started to type it into
Egyptian,
Google. And
it
it's
was like hippo goddess?
Hippo goddess? Yeah, like everybody else in the world had looked this up too. Because, I mean, I'm not an expert on,
She could
Egyptian
easily
mythology and stuff. So
she's there to save him.
yeah.
She's the Egyptian goddess of life, regeneration, and rebirth. How does that not save him?
Exactly. And it's funny because you see this, big, and you're like, oh, another kind of enemy. And then you get this.
When she greets him so friendly.
I know, this
"Hello."
friendliest little voice, It almost reminded me of Miss Minutes, the same kind of like, well, howdy there, partner, kind of.
Miss Minutes always looked menacing to me.
Yeah, really?
I never trusted her.
I don't know. I just got the same kind of vibe right away.
No, I never trusted Miss Minutes.
Well,
She's sus.
I don't know that I ever trusted her, but I didn't really think she would be like the villain, per se. But hey, we're getting off topic again.
Oh, I hope I can find a picture of the hippo goddess. If
I'm
there's
sure
one
you
already
can.
up on the
You can-
screen,
you
people
can
will
clip it right out of the episode. Shh, don't tell.
How dare you, sir?
I know. Copyright infringement. No, they don't. I don't think they
They don't
care
care.
as long as you don't post the whole show up
I
there.
just get mad the moment you go on the internet in the morning. They're like, everyone's like, you want a spoiler for the episode that just came? I'm like, you know what time it is? I just woke up. Give me a second.
Yeah, we didn't stay up to
Let me
watch
go
this one. We
watch
got up
the,
early, which was a mistake because it was so dark and it was dark in the room we were trying to watch it in. So we're like, what's going on right now?
Well,
I can't even see this episode.
I get the worst seat.
Well,
My seat
yeah,
has
I
a
mean-
glare in it. Your seat does not. So I keep going, can you tell me what's happening?
I'm like, she's walking on a ledge. The ledge just broke away.
I'm like,
But
was there
she's
something
okay.
behind her? Because
What is she holding right now? I think that's his hand. I was like descriptive audio for you today.
yeah, it was kind of sad that way.
Yeah, even I couldn't see it very well. It was very dark and just.
And you
like
didn't
said,
want to turn the resolution up because then you didn't like how it looked.
No, but not the resolution, but just the changing of the picture setting. Yeah, I'm very particular when I watch things. I like. What does that
Picky.
mean? No, particular. I prefer that P word over the picky word.
The P word that let us that I couldn't see what was going on.
Well, hey, it can't ruin my enjoyment to let you see it, right? But seriously, getting back to the episode at hand, Again, I thought it was kind of not. I don't want to say filler.
It was
but
important exposition that we needed, though.
It's a bridge episode to get you from one,
we needed to hear the story
one
about
part of the
what
story to the
happened
next.
to,
Yes.
To Layla's father.
Yeah, it was an
I
important
feel like
episode.
The action
but
they actually just threw in there because like we got to keep people interested.
That's exactly what it felt like to me. It felt like action for the sake of we know this series is
we know this
action
episode's
oriented.
going to be boring.
Exactly. Well, not boring, but it's not going to be
non-action.
It's not a. It doesn't feel like a superhero, series unless we have some people running and punching and doing cool stuff.
Getting turned into mummies.
Or that, yeah. But no, I'm not. I mean, I'm not. Like I said, it's a decent episode. It moves the story along, but it's not really exciting in and of itself too much, I would say. Any other takes? I know you have your notes.
I already went through most of it.
Yeah, not much to really say on this episode.
I only had 1 page of notes for this one.
I know, last week you had a couple.
Well, the more information that we know, the less notes I have to take. I mean...
Fair enough. All right, well, I guess that's all we got for you this time. So take to the comments below. Tell us what you thought of this episode of Moon Knight. And until next time, thanks for watching.